Thus he resolved, but first from inward grief his bursting passion into plaints thus poured, more justly, seat worthier of gods, as built with second thoughts, reforming what was old. O earth, how like to heaven, if not preferred, for what God after better, worse would build? Terrestrial heaven, danced round by other heavens that shine, yet bear their bright officious lamps. Light above light for thee alone, as seems in thee concentring all their precious beams of sacred influence. As God in heaven is centre, it extends to all, so thou, centering, receivest from all those orbs. In thee, not in themselves, all their known virtue appears productive in herb, plant, and nobler birth of creatures animate, with gradual life of growth, sense, reason, all summed up in man. With what delight could I have walked thee round, if I could joy in aught, sweet interchange of hill and valley, rivers, woods, and plains, now land, now sea and shores with forest crowned, rocks, dens, and caves. But I in none of these find place or refuge, and the more I see pleasures about me, so much more I feel torment within me, as from the hateful siege of contraries. All good to me becomes bane, and in heaven much worse would be my state. But neither here seek I, no, nor in heaven to dwell, unless by mastering heaven's supreme, nor hope to be myself less miserable by what I seek, but others to make such as I, though thereby worse to me redound. For only in destroying I find ease to my relentless thoughts, and him destroyed, or one to what may work his utter loss, for whom all this was made, all this will soon follow, as to him linked in weal or woe. In woe then, what that destruction wide may range, to me shall be the glory sole among the infernal powers, in one day to have marred what he almighty styled 6 nights and days continued making, and who knows how long before had been contriving, though perhaps not longer than since I, in one night, freed from servitude and glorious well nigh half the angelic name, and thinner left the throng of his adorers, he to be avenged, and to repair his numbers thus impaired, whether such virtue spent of old now failed more angels to create, if they at least are his created, or to spite us more, determined to advance into our room a creature formed of earth, and him endow, exalted from so base original, with heavenly spoils, our spoils. What he decreed he effected, man he made, and for him built magnificent this world, and earth his seat, him Lord pronounced. And oh indignity, subjected to his service angel wings and flaming ministers to watch and tend their earthly charge. Of these the vigilance I dread, and to elude, thus wrapped in mist of midnight vapor glide obscure, and pry in every bush and brake, where hap may find the serpent sleeping, in whose mazy folds to hide me, in the dark intent I bring. O foul descent, that I, who erst contended with gods to sit the highest, am now constrained into a beast, and mixed with bestial slime, this essence to incarnate and imbrute, that to the height of deity aspired. But what will not ambition and revenge descend to? Who aspires must down as low as high he soared, obnoxious first or last to basest things. Revenge, at first though sweet, bitter ere long, back on itself recoils. Let it, I reck not, so it light well aimed, since higher I fall short, on him who next provokes my envy, this new favourite of heaven, this man of clay, son of despite, whom us the more to spite his Maker raised from dust. Spite then with spite is best repaid. So saying, through each thicket dank or dry, like a black mist low creeping, he held on his midnight search, where soonest he might find the serpent. Him fast sleeping soon he found in labyrinth of many a round self rolled, his head the midst, well stored with subtile wiles, not yet in horrid shade or dismal den, nor nocent yet, but on the grassy herb fearless unfeared he slept, and at his mouth the devil entered, and his brutal sense and heart or head possessing, soon inspired with act intelligential. But his sleep disturbed not, waiting close the approach of morn. Now, when a sacred light began to dawn in Eden on the humid flowers that breathed their morning incense, when all things that breathe from the earth's great altar send up silent praise to the Creator, and his nostrils fill with grateful smell, forth came the human pair, and joined their vocal worship to the choir of creatures wanting voice. That done, partake the season prime for sweetest scents and airs, then commune, how that day they best may ply their growing work, for much their work outgrew the hand's dispatch of two gardening so wide, and Eve first to her husband thus began. Adam, well may we labour still to dress this garden, still to tend plant, herb, and flower, our pleasant task enjoined. But till more hands aid us, the work under our labour grows, luxurious by restraint. What we by day lop overgrown, or prune, or prop, or bind, one night or two with wanton growth derides, tending to wild. Thou therefore now advise, or hear what to my mind first thoughts present. Let us divide our labours. Thou, where choice leads thee, or where most needs, whether to wind the woodbine round this arbour, or direct the clasping ivy where to climb, while I in yonder spring of roses intermixed with myrtle, find what to redress till noon. For while so near each other thus all day our task we choose, what wonder if so near looks intervene and smiles, or object new casual discourse draw on, which intermits our day's work brought to little, though begun early, and the hour of supper comes unearned.